Greetings and welcome back to another video. So this is breaking news. President Trump announced on Truth Social that he is being indicted for the issue with the classified documents. Okay, this man, I have to tell you, is really canon and smart in his approach. And I'm gonna say this out there because in the past we have waited for this for the media to break this information to us, the American people, and we have sat back and received it from his naysayers. Rather, he's taking the approach of delivering the message and sending the narrative his way, okay, for the American people. And whenever any information is first delivered, the person who delivers it first has a lot of credibility. That person is able to tilt the information so that the hearers can easily side with him. And I'm not saying that Trump is right. I'm not saying that this is fair. I'm not saying anything. I just want to bring you his commentary. I want to bring you the information like he stated. Let's watch this.
For our country, we're putting America first. I always put America first. And that's why we were in a position. Unfortunately, that position is no longer valid because they've done such a poor job. But we're in a position where we're going to make America great again. I'm innocent, and we will prove that very, very soundly and hopefully very quickly. Thank you very much.
That is the former president of the United States posting on Truth Social, reacting to news he broke about his federal indictment on Truth Social. Again, we're joined by Danny Savalos and Chuck Todd. Guys, got to get your reaction. Chuck, starting with you. You watched that. He was talking warfare. This is, a big fight for the future of America. What stood out to you?
Well, number one, he doesn't address the actual charges, right? He doesn't address why he's been indicted. I think that's very notable. He doesn't talk a lick about what he's accused of doing. He knows what he's been accused of doing. So the fact that he didn't touch that at all, I think is worth noting. Everything else was very familiar rhetoric, Gotti. If you really think about it, we've heard all of that before.
I'm just going to cut Chuck off right here. And I'm cutting him off because he didn't get to serve the information to you and to me. And that doesn't give him the power to twist this however he wants or however they want. The fact of the matter is, I said this on the last video. The DOJ, the FBI, the institution has every right to do what they did to Trump, to indict him. If you have law and the law is broken, we prosecute. We have to deal with the fundamental of how the nation is statured, how the nation is formed. But the way we do it has to be how we that is what we need to do. The way that the indictment, all this negativity is being circled around an ex-president is really questionable. And I think that's where the American people fall back and they ask themselves, you mean you couldn't handle this in a better way? You mean if an ex-president has documents that you deem classified, he takes them into his possession now? You mean there isn't any conversation that we can have between that ex-president and yourself so that you can go and collect these documents? Come on, man. America, we're being sold for something that cannot be right. You mean no one can go and say, hey, we've tried, we really want these documents, we need you. You mean we can't handle this thing discreetly? This couldn't be handled discreetly. It had to come into the media. It had to be scrutinized. It had to be flipped. It had to be turned. We had to go through all this circus just to indict him. Guess what? And this is what the American people are aware of. We know that there will be more indictment, but I think what stays behind the back of our minds is, does the media think that the American people are just going to swallow everything that they serve us? Listen, this is where it starts. This is where people begin to pick sides. Okay? This is where a nation begins to divide them all. America is already divided. Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Republican, Democrat, everybody is just in their case and not willing to work with each other and fighting. I mean, being in your camp is one thing, but then there's fighting, the bickering. It's not fitting for America. America is supposed to be the strong nation. It's supposed to be the nation that supports. It's this nation that is united under God. It's a nation that everyone is looking up to. Why? Why all this division? Why is this constantly what feeds America? It's like the blood that America is yearning for so that it can continue. At which point will people rise up and say, enough? Enough with this. You don't have to like Trump. You don't have to like Biden. You don't have to like all of these things. But enough is enough. When it comes to serious matters like indictment, prison time, why can't we at this point handle this in a way that the rest of the world is not laughing at America? Because right now, this is a joke. This is a joke. And we see it. We ask why. If this was being done to Biden, I would ask why. Why is the DOJ, why is the FBI, why are the institutions not able to handle this in a way that we're not acting like we are at the circus? Why? So are we going to indict Biden for those documents that was found in his home? Are we going to indict Pence for the documents that were found in his home? When will this stop? At which point? This is outrageous. This is unbelievable. It ain't gonna work. America, is either you stop this or you continue it to your own demise. And I'm telling you, the nations are watching. So we're gleaning. We're so excited that yes, Trump is Trump. Biden is Biden. All these candidates, they are who they are. They're not perfect. Yes, we can pick jokes, a few here and a few there and whatever it is. But the way that they talk, the way they behave, the way that they carry them, that is how they are. That is what makes them. So if we're going to pick at everything that they do because of their makeup, then we have a problem. And we're using that to divide America. I've never seen this type of divisiveness ever in my life. And for it to be on this kind of, this magnitude, this platform, I think America is in some hot soup. And yet, no one sees it. That's the funny thing. No one sees it. So Trump has found a way, I think, to make this a soft blow, which I think the man is smart. We can all agree. The man has made millions of dollars with his kind of wisdom, okay? And he's using that same wisdom to basically change the narrative. So he knows that he'll be indicted. His team was they went to the DOJ in Washington, I believe 2 days ago, and the information was brought to him like, listen, dude, you are about to be indicted. What you gonna do about it? He said, I know what to do. I'm gonna report the news. And guess what? The people in the news will report what I'm saying. Think about that. Woo! They are reporting what Trump is saying. They are taking the narrative that Trump has to bring to you. So guess what? He's gonna rule this. He has the upper hand. Hey, I'm not saying you should like Trump, like him, love him, whatever it is. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, look at how this thing is playing out. And as we watch it, he's going to get back into the White House. You can come back and comment on this video after that. The man is smart. The man is playing this really well. And he's playing it right in the hands of the media. You guys are eating it right from his hands. Yep. Right from his hands. He's going to get the nominee. He's going to get the GOP nominee. And he's going to get back into the White House. I'm just stating the facts here. And if you've stuck with me throughout the end of this video, I want you to subscribe. Subscribe now.